Hey everyone, welcome to JD Careers Out There, where we get you career advice from fellow lawyers and non-practicing lawyers to help you achieve success and happiness in your career. You know, in law school you learn how to think, read, and write like a lawyer. We're here to help you enjoy your career. And a big part of that is finding a path that excites you. So let's see if today's path excites you. I'm Mark Luber, and today we're looking at careers in business litigation. We're talking to Craig Rutenberg. He's a business litigator and a partner at Manat, Phelps & Phillips in Los Angeles. I asked Craig to tell us about his practice and what it's like to be a business litigator. Here's a look at how that went.
I'm a business litigator at Manat, Phelps & Phillips. We have about 300 attorneys nationwide in 8 offices. My practice consists primarily of representing individuals and entities in a broad range of commercial disputes involving contract and tort claims like breach of fiduciary duty, unfair competition, fraud and misrepresentation. I've represented a wide range of individuals like officers and directors, as well as a number of different kinds of entities like corporations, hospitals. A number of my cases often touch in one way or another on real estate. So I've represented investors, partnerships, but the business litigation spectrum runs the wide gamut of disputes and problems that occur in the business world between either competitors or partners or joint venturers when things go sour. And we are there to sort of try to put the pieces back together. Despite all of these differences, though, I approach these cases in the same way. And our first step is always collaborating with the client to understand what the client's goals are in resolving the disputes, then developing a strategy to achieve those goals and the tactics to implement the strategy. And then once we put that together, we're constantly in a position of reevaluating our strategy and our tactics to see if they are effectively meeting the goals of the client.
Excellent. Okay, so do this for everybody. Walk us through a typical fact pattern, an exciting fact pattern that would let everybody kind of see what a situation could be like that you'd be handling.
Sure. In the real estate world, I've represented property owners in commercial disputes over the use of property. I've represented a number of lenders or investors in foreclosure proceedings. I've represented banks in lawsuits against both borrowers as well as in lawsuits against other banks where the banks have entered a participation agreement and they're sharing the loan obligations and a loan has been mismanaged. I've done false advertising cases between competitors, and I've done currently representing a hospital in a large dispute with a disgruntled physician where there's been a series of litigation ongoing for the last 12 years.
So would you say that what you do is like what we see on TV? Is it a courtroom all the time, action-packed adventure? Whoa, what's the reality?
Not at all like TV most of the time. I certainly do get to go into the courtroom, but it's not nearly as unrestrained, and it doesn't really provide the platform for extemporaneous opinion making and speaking the way you might have seen on some of the David Kelly or LA Law shows. But it certainly is an opportunity to persuasively advocate on behalf of your client on a public forum and to try to persuade a judge to see the case the way you see it. And there is, an Indiana Jones element to the job. Which is that a lot of the pretrial discovery work is an investigation, and not only are you seeking the truth, but you're also seeking the jewels of the case, which are the best pieces of evidence. And that often is like an archaeological expedition where you have to sift through a lot of dirt and dust and unremarkable documents to find the true jewels and the ones that are really going to make your case. So there's a lot more time sitting at a desk in front of a computer, writing briefs, negotiating with adversaries and talking with clients than you ever see on TV. But it doesn't mean we're not having as much fun.
Excellent. And I like that analogy. You don't sit and wear a hat, do you?
No, I don't wear the hat. Just my thinking cap.
Very good.
All right, you'll learn lots more from Craig about being a business litigator at jdcareersoutthere.com. Craig's going to share great information on what it's really like to be a business litigator, and he's going to talk about the work, the lifestyle, working at a prestigious firm with corporate brand name clients, and he's going to share great tips on networking and breaking into this path. This is not the kind of stuff you get in school. You can take a shortcut to the site by going to JDCOT.com, and if you're already there, you can just scroll down to the full video. Make sure you become a member so you get access to the full interview and, of course, access to lots more exclusive content filled with great advice. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I'm Mark Luber. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.